This week, someone new to the crew, Ryan. Say hello, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
And we are here with the 2024
Corvette Stingray.
We're not going to do the whole name because it goes on forever, but here it is. Well, this is very exciting. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
And why are you excited?
Because we have a Corvette. How could I not be excited about that?
Let's have a closer look at this absolute masterpiece. I don't get excited by cars often, but you know.
He did about this one.
I think it's a peach. A peach. It starts at the front. This is incredibly beautiful. It has a 6.2 litre V8, naturally aspirated V8 with a generous
369 kilowatts and 637 newton meters of
enough
torque.
To be going on with, which is good for a 0 to 100
in 3.3 seconds.
I mean, how beautiful is this, Ryan? If you would show the people where the auxiliary front opener is.
Yes, it's just over here. There's a little button that you can press here that pops it up. Just like so. And we can pop it open. Plenty of room in there. Got all my arm in there almost, right up to my elbow just here. About
370 odd litres.
Litres of storage
altogether,
space
not
between
quite.
the front and the back, yeah.
And the reason that we can have a frunk is that this is a mid-engine car. So not only is it a V8 and a really big one, but the engine is in the middle of the car, which makes it handle like it's on rails. We'll get to that in a minute.
It has soft close, so you just drop it down. It'll sit there like that. You can see it's just gone in. Make sure you don't put your fingers in there. That would be extremely rough. Alan has some stories on that. As
I did yesterday, it'll go down whether your fingers are there or not. The side of the car is a thing to behold. You'll notice it has a solid roof, but Ryan, what is this car's shtick?
It opens up. So we can press the unlock button and then press and hold this one here. Doors. Oh my God.
It's actually doing it. Maybe it depends on the way you've got your mouth being held, but slides right down, sits over the top of the engine, closes up, and bobs your uncle. The rear window goes up and down. Around the back, this thing is, it's stunning, isn't it?
It
really is stunning.
Yeah.
Point out a few of the highlights, young Ryan.
Oh, the highlights have to be the beautiful lights here, which if I unlock it, they should turn on in a second here, hopefully. Yep, there they are. So we've got that faded, nice little thing in there where it comes in.
A lovely set of quad exhausts.
Beautiful exhausts, a nice rear end here, potentially a diffuser if we're lucky.
Just stunning, it is stunning. And the boot is not exactly where you'd expect it to be. It is over the top. Before we open it up, that is in fact a Stingray.
It is, believe it or not.
A Stingray. Open up the boot.
We'll crack this one open.
And let's get that arm of yours in the boot. That may not look like it's much, but that is incredibly deep. It's up to the elbow of a Gen Z.
Same depth.
Despite what he says about this not being a Grand Tourer, I think it is. But also the soft close boot. If you'd like to have a look at the soft close boot. Again, don't keep your fingers in the way. Do you want to put the window up?
Yes, sir.
Ryan's just put the roof up. He's just raised the little back. And at the top of the roof, you'll notice
a beautiful look back camera.
High mount camera, until Ryan pointed out that it was on top of the roof and would be inside the car when the roof is folded.
Yeah.
Ryan, let's have a look at the wheels.
We've got 20-inch wheels, which are 20 by 10 inches, so they're absolutely wide. And then we've got them wrapped in Pilot Sport 4S tires, which are 305 wide and 35 millimeters tall.
That's practically a smear of Vegemite.
Yeah,
the front ones.
On the front, however, we've got 19-inch wheels. Not really sure why, but and then they are wrapped in 245 by 35 again. Nothing there. Pilot Sport 4Ss.
But they do look amazing. We've got red Corvette brake calipers from
Brembo.
From Brembo. This is a pretty amazing car, and I'm sure it's great on the track. We haven't been doing it on the track for obvious reasons.
I think I might need to change your pants if we did that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be joining you. All right, so let's get in the car and take it for a drive. The digital dash shows you everything you want. The top right-hand corner shows that the car's lifted the front, the nose probably good 3, 4, 5 centimetres.
Yeah.
This is one of the several dash displays that we can have, and you can see that it's got on the top left-hand side LSD coupling. Come and have a look at the air conditioning controls, which is from here all the way down to there.
Jeez.
It is the biggest air conditioning panel I've ever seen in my life. Right down the middle of the cabin, in fact, slightly over on the passenger side. In the middle, we've got what would normally be a gear selector, but Ryan, it is not a gear selector.
No, that's our mode selector to switch between the various modes.
And the gear selector is over here. I quite like this manual down the bottom, and then it'll pull toggles for park, neutral, reverse. Yeah, it's a really nice idea. Camera. This is for the front. You're going to need that. We'll show you in a minute. This is the lift and traction control off, which we will not be touching that one. No, we're not touching that one. I have discovered up here the lane control button. We're going to leave that on. The steering wheel, it's a pretty simple affair. This doesn't have a lot of modern accoutrements. Despite the fact that it's got distance control, that's actually for the emergency autonomous braking, which is only low speed anyway. And over the other side are your audio controls,
as well as a heated steering wheel, the interaction with your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and what's the bottom one? The hang up only button, which is the dumbest button in the world. Which
I thought was also an answer button. This is quite a small screen considering the size of the car, but you know what, I'm okay with that. And a Bose sound system, which is absolutely thumping.
14 speakers around the car, including a middle one here, the doors, and up the front. It sounds good.
And the only place to put your mobile where it won't go all over the place
is right here. How good. Now, allegedly this is also a wireless charger, but we haven't been able to get that to work properly just yet.
And I suspect it's because our phones, or my phone has a cover. Ryan's doesn't have a cover, despite the fact that it's new. It now looks like it's 100 years old. If you want something to be old really quick, get it to live with a Gen Z.
Thank you very much. I actually replaced the screen protector this morning, so it looks brand new. Very good.
So it is 70 here. It's a shame you can't adjust these headrests.
Yeah.
This is right in the back. Like, you're fairly tall. What are you,
6'3" in the mornings. I found it quite comfortable. I had to adjust the seat quite a bit to get the bottom of my neck at the base, and then put the top of my head right at the very top, because I've got quite a fat head.
But this, I think, is what you'd be using this car for. You'd be heading off for a weekend. You'd load up your frunk and your, what do we call it? A brunk.
Your runk.
Your runk, that's it. Your runk with soft totes, softer the better.
Yep.
Fill them to the brim, put your clothes in, you probably get a couple of weeks worth in. What is your first impression?
First impressions, it's surprisingly easy and comfortable to drive. I didn't think it would be as, I guess, easy to turn, and the responses are quite good.
Right.
I thought the brakes, when you first got in, you were a bit jerky with them initially, but they seem to be totally normal to me. Having the engine switching between 4-cylinder and 8-cylinder all the time is quite interesting.
Well, that's something we haven't mentioned.
It is with cylinder deactivation.
And it does sound very odd. It goes from this deep, lovely burble to this kind of girly little, I don't know, what do you call it?
It goes from being a supercar to a i30.
And you go into sport, a little model of the car comes up, and our Magna-Ride suspension changes.
Yep, from being nice and supple and soft to being...
I can't really tell that much of a difference, to be honest, because it corners pretty brilliantly.
Yeah, in both modes, definitely.
Yeah. Look, I think we'll pick you up on the freeway.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Gentle squeeze, and we're up to... Oh, lovely. And we're up to 110 before you can say...
110.
We've exceeded 110. Now, this is not the sort of car I'd give to a P-plater.
You wouldn't give it to a Gen Zer?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. I got it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm driving.
Famous last words.
Yeah, literally. I am driving it like a grandma. We're trying not to...
Well, look, here's the thing. This is a big, very powerful American car.
Yep.
But in truth, most people are not going to take this to the track and do, what do you say the tyres were, $500, $600?
About $550, $600 a tyre, yeah. So,
now, what we will do is we're going to quickly stop, swap drivers and lower the roof.
Beautiful. Parking brake? Parking brake?
I don't need to.
Oh, you don't need to?
No.
Okay.
That's magnificent.
It is beautiful, yeah.
So at 110 again, this is just feeling mighty fine.
It's honestly amazing. Even though we're doing 110, I can put my hand up like this and get so much extra wind in the car.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation here normally.
There is a little bit of breeze back here, but not so much that you can tell.
No.
We're pretty smooth. I'm slightly disappointed, if I'm being honest, that there's not more of the safety features in for a, $220,000 car.
The safety features or the driver assists?
All of them.
Both? Yeah. Okay.
Not, mind you, that you particularly want them. Well. Oh, there's a little bit of a backfire fart.
I did hear that, yeah. But that only happens if you're actually pushing your right foot down. I've noticed before when we're driving around, if you're just cruising around normally, it'll sit like 2,000, 1,000 RPM and it won't make any exhaust noise other than...
Now what mode are we in?
We're in Tour.
And Tour is what you'd use for everyday motoring?
Yes, correct. Yeah, it's the softest, most comfortable it can possibly be.
How long has it taken us to get across the bridge?
Probably like 25 minutes or something
25,
like that.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
The King's just gone the other way. Charles.
Yep, Mr. Sausage Hand.
Yeah, Mr. Sausage Fingers.
I shouldn't be calling him that.
Well, he's not going to watch this video.
That's true.
Had it been the Queen, I would have been enthusiastic.
Yeah.
So that's all this week from the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette. Stingray 3LT convertible. Whatever. For a rear-wheel drive, it's just stunning with its
phenomenal.
LSD and so forth.
Yeah.
Ryan, what did you think?
What did I think? I think it's bloody beautiful.
As always, we've come to that time to hit like,
comment,
leave a comment, and
subscribe.
Just here, there,
here
to subscribe. That could be over us for all I know.
Is it on my face?
Don't know how big that circle's got to be.